Hey everyone, so today we'll be going over my latest BGS return. So I finally got my BGS cards back after about a year, and we're going to go over some of the grades that I ended up getting. So the first card we'll go over is my Evolution Staff Charizard. So it did not get graded because Beckett no longer grades this card apparently. So they gave it back to me ungraded. They did grade this card at one point. So apparently they stopped. I'm sure they're going to start grading it again at some point. It's just kind of random when they decide, hey, we're not grading these anymore. But it's a Staff Charizard. So the cards that actually did get graded. First of all, we have a Japanese Charizard V from the starter set. This is a Gem Mint 9.5, so it's a pretty good card. Obviously, for these Japanese cards, I was expecting or I wanted 10s, but 9.5 is a really strong grade. It's a very strong 9.5, as you can see. It's only 0.5 away from the pristine 10. Next up, we have another Charizard V, also with two 10 subgrades. So I'm going to go through these a little quicker just because I have doubles. We have the VMAX, which got 3 10 subgrades and then 9 subgrade. Overall, got a 9.5 gold label. This one has a 10 subgrade and two 9.5s and a 9 with an overall of a 9.5 Gem Mint. So generally speaking, a 9.5 Gem Mint from BGS is better than a PSA 9. But a PSA 10 is equivalent to, I would say, a pristine 10 from Beckett. And then the cream of the cream is the Black Label BGS 10, which is very hard to get. It's when you get all 4 subgrades of 10. So this is an example of a pristine 10. You can see got 3 10 subgrades and a 9.5. So it's a 0.5 away from a Black Label, which is the best grade you can possibly get. So this is a amazing rare Rayquaza from Legendary Heartbeat. This is a beautiful looking card. So Beckett is generally better than PSA when it comes to the 10 grade, but every other grade, PSA holds more value than Beckett, I would say. And then this is what a Black Label looks like. So you can see this Jirachi got 4 10 subgrades, hence the Black Label. And this grade is actually very desirable, but it's very hard to get, especially for vintage cards. It's pretty much almost impossible to get. But you'll see them on some of these modern cards every now and then. So this Jirachi got it, which is amazing. And I do like how Beckett has different color labels. So they'll have the Black Label for the 4 subs for the 10. And then for the 9.5 and the regular 10 pristine, they have the... No, the regular 10 pristine, they have the gold label. And then for anything lower, they'll have a silver label. We have a Toughness Cloak, also a Gem Mint. I really like this card and how it kind of pops, like the sparkling, the gold, and how it kind of contrasts with the Black Label. I think this card has really good eye appeal, in my opinion. Now we'll move over to some vintage cards. So these cards are a lot harder to grade. This is a 8.5. It is the JR Rally Mew, the non-glossy version. So this is the much more rare variant, I would say. Because this art actually exists in multiple kind of sets. But this is the rarer one. And this is the JR one exclusive to Japan. Next up, we have a no rarity Raichu. So I originally wanted to get this graded by PSA, but PSA does not grade this card due to a numbering error, which is why I ended up sending it to Beckett. No Rarity is the true first edition, and it predates the first edition base in English as well. So this is pretty much the first printing if you don't count like all of those obscure brands like, you know, the Card Ass and stuff like that. Next up, we have a Zoroark GX Shiny Pristine 10. Only missing a 0.5 on the centering for a Black Label. And then probably my 2 favorite cards coming up. We got the 8.5 base Shadowless Charizard. This card needs no introduction. It's probably one of the rarer cards in English from from an actual set release. The only one rarer really is the base first edition base Charizard, I would say. This got an 8.5 with pretty nice subs. You got a 9.5, 8.5, 8.5, and an 8. Shadowless because it does not have any shadow on the border. This is basically the second printing. And then lastly, we have another base set Shadowless Charizard. I think the last time I checked, the base set Shadowless 8.5 goes for 2,000-3,000, I believe. This one has very similar subs, 9.5, 8, 8.5, and 9. Again, base set Shadowless Charizard. Definitely one of my favorite cards of all time. And that is my BGS return. If you enjoy my content, feel free to like and subscribe. It definitely really helps.